My Gavadan Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Aracheg Aladirth, the head of Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the Anduin campaign, episode 13. As I said in the Battle for Middle-earth video now some time ago, the second one I did, the Dwarves and Rohan, I have got a new recording system. It is a Sennheiser microphone headset thing. I still, unfortunately, do use a headset with a microphone on it. But it is far greater quality than those that have come before it, and this should be seen and heard through this video and the videos beyond. You should have much clearer and sounder sound now, with no longer up and down jumping around. Thank you all very, very much for writing your unit suggestions. This is the first video I've recorded since the 4 Ennard Wythe videos were uploaded. So this was recorded on the day after the 4 Ennard Wythe videos went up, that group of 4. So I've read through all of the suggestions, and the key suggestions I've taken away from it are, and these are the ones that will be discussed with Hummingbird. They will have been discussed probably a week ago by the time you watch this video, but that's by the by. We are going to discuss Angmar wargs with javelins, a defensive unit for the Misty Mountains which comes from Gundabad. Those are the two key ones I've got at the moment. There's talk of discussion about adding a new elite unit maybe to Mordor and potentially a ranged counterpart to the guards of the Orthanc for Isengard. Also, I'm undecided on a Dol Guldur unit that you will all be very familiar with called the... can't remember what they're called. Oh, what's the name? What is the name? It's gone. It will come to me in a moment and I'll just shout it out randomly. I will also look to add Barrow-wights as a trainable unit for Angmar from Mengelin, the Greenway. So we shall decide amongst ourselves, Hummingbird and myself, and then which units to add. Castellans, that's their name. Castellans of Dol Guldur. Now, also interestingly, today on my lunch break I was reading Unfinished Tales, particularly the friendship of Cirion and Eol. And it's very interesting to read more about the history of the Northmen and Rohan, and that will be fed to you in the Rohan video that you will now have had a week to watch, or however long it is. But enough of this, let's carry on with our Anduin campaign. The turn time should hopefully have been sped up again, thanks to my fiddling around. So, let's hope that pays off. Right, where are we and what is happening? We've got an invisible Dol Guldur force there. We still don't know what's happened with them. Roscabel is still Dorwinian. We've got the Misty Mountains moving hard on Folkton and Mythelberg, where we will now try and hold. And we will try and seize Wrakyaburg and Dineshalls for ourselves. I am going to try and
Your orders.
Get an allegiance with Rohan. I'll have to wait the next time, because obviously I've just sold them Goblin Town. And they got a ton of Sons of the Fallen from it, which I can only apologise for. A horrific break to a horrific abuse of the gameplay. But for now, all we can do is pray, hope, and wait. So that is what we shall do. The time is 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and I've ended turn. 3:25. I think instantly we have seen a huge increase in speed of the turn times there. Look at that. That is back to... So it was. So a little bit of information for all you Windows 10 users. Setting your game to compatibility mode for Windows 8 will slow down the game. I have no idea why, but it does. The turn times I was recording in the video before this, as I said in the video, they were about 1 minute and 10 seconds, weren't they? 1 minute, 20 seconds, something like that. That one was 30 seconds long, which is what I would expect for 43 turns into a game that is unfortunately not... It isn't very efficient, so you do... the game is just old. I say that all the time, and I am terribly sorry. But the game is old. Cranoia and Thrinand have both been born in our royal family. So the family expands. Oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do is I didn't test this microphone with the campaign map, so I apologise if I'm horrifically loud. I tested in battle, but I didn't test in campaigns, so if I am, then any video that follows this video will have been altered. So I can only apologise at this time. Right, they didn't attack Wrakyaburg, which means they don't think they're strong enough to defeat us there. They also did not go for Mythelberg, Possibly because of the vast army from
Tired of ordering your own forces
Goblin
about,
Town.
eh?
Although Captain Baldur has moved that force out. And the Orcs that were around Folkton have disappeared. And we're making about 800 a turn, which is pretty swing. So we'll continue to just try and get economic buildings and economic policy across the board. Thank you all for the kind words on the Ennard Wythe campaign. I am thoroughly enjoying that campaign. I really am pleased you all voted Ennard Wythe and they won in the end, because it's just such a good campaign, such fun. So I'm pleased that that one's going well.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, I've not pressed
What
enter.
is it you wish to discuss?
How do you feel about an alliance? I'll give you military access and map information.
No.
Oh,
we
come off it,
cannot agree
AMA.
to this now. Another proposition. Let's not take this.
An honour and a pleasure. Farewell.
You know why he doesn't want that? They always think military access is a cheat. They always think you're going to try and basically kill them.
My lord.
Yes, my
I'm
lord.
going to gamble that Malgor doesn't have anything particularly strong, and I'm going to move in to try and get him.
To battle.
He has, yes, Goblin Volunteers. Save the game, always save the game.
Muster your courage, men. We march into battle.
This would be a nice way of killing off another Misty Mountain general. Once we've defeated Misty Mountains, of course, we will turn all our attention on the forces of Dol Guldur. And then I'm not really too certain. I've not really thought beyond that, to be honest. Okay, here we are. He's going to be spawning. They always spawn around in the middle, so about there. So, Folkred. And your hobbits. I want you to get as much use off before we have to charge in. But that's not a very good point to put you, actually, is it? Alright, if we put you up here, we'll just try and trap them, get them to run around the base of that hill. Right, they've started where we expected. Are they moving towards us? Yes, they are. Perfect. Bring your men up here. And we have to just wait. We've got to time it. We've got to time it. Go now. Go now. Run! That's not where I just told you to go. Matters not. They're in range. They're in range. Fire, my little hobbit friends.
We await your command.
Oh, they're not really in range, are they? Oh, so it's stuttering a little there, wasn't it? Fascinating. Why is it stuttering, one wonders? Oh, it seems to have stopped. Ah, my computer must have just been running something. They're not actually firing, are they? They're not actually in range. Right, move forward. How about now? Yes, now we're firing. Right, now that brings the enemy in. So, you will move to the left-hand side. You will attempt to draw off the goblins. And then you will move to the left-hand side, even further across, and you will attempt to attack the bodyguard. Oh, they're both going to be able to attack the bodyguard, actually. As Folkred continues to just rain in on them.
Only half the enemy force remains.
I must apologise for the stuttering. I have absolutely no idea what it is. Didn't stutter in any of my testing.
Like this, we will smash the enemy.
So, maybe it just doesn't really like this map. Maybe the computer's getting on a little bit. It's finally starting to age. Or, of course, it might just be running something that I'm unaware of. Oh, that'll do, that'll do. You use that one. Keep it at ×6. Might as well fire at them. He must not get away. He must not get
The
away.
enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Capture him, capture him. Oh, we've already got him, haven't we?
Be awed by the
There it
victory we
is.
have won here today.
4 men lost. I assume Fulkred got the most kills. 167. Well done, Fulkred. He's performing very well, isn't he? Very well indeed. I didn't expect that of a hobbit. Especially not a stour. Look, it's even stuttering on the campaign map. It's just really not enjoying playing this game. I'll have to take a little look.
Glory, honor, victory.
But it'll be right. We barely play that. We don't have too many battles.
My lord.
I return
Yes.
to Folkton. Meithelberg, continue just retraining troops. And I think that will have to do it for this turn. Let's see what happens. Where's our spy? What have we got him doing?
Lord.
Oh, not much really. Oh, but that's a good place to have him, actually.
Approaching quietly.
I'm surprised that got the garrison. It's just because they can train that mercenary unit, and I've no idea what tells the game how many units to generate. So, I don't really know how to fix it, how to change it, how to edit it. I will try and take a look. There's a few files I've got in mind, but you know what's interesting me most about the stuttering is that the turn times haven't been affected by it. Only the battle was. So this battle will give us an interesting chance to see if it is all battles or just that one battle. Right, Gleowine, you're going to need to deal with Chieftain Naglur and probably the Mountain Orc Hunters, but the rest of the army should be able to deal with the rest. Save it again.
Attack!
Oh, I did those wrong. I've not given room for the Anduin. Oh, sorry. Oh, Anduin 13's at the top. Sorry, I'm talking about the notepad in front of me again. I'm ready to make my modding suggestions should I come across any.
Units, await my orders.
Right, pause the battle for the moment. And right, they're coming straight out, they're coming straight for us. So, nice straight line. We'll try and use some of our hidden units to our advantage. So, our defensive units take up the bulk of the attack. Move into position there. Right, our 3, or if we use you to move over there, I want you to run so you go hidden quicker. You come into that gap. And you guys, if you could please run over there, that'd be brilliant. Gleowine knows a nice clear area, so bring him over here. And we have no archers, but a single unit of javelin men. So go behind the 2 in the middle there. Stand ready. Take it off pause, let's just watch some units. I don't want to speak too soon, I don't want to touch wood or anything just yet, or let's hope it doesn't stutter. Touch wood is what I mean there, of course. So far I'm not really seeing the stuttering, so maybe it was just that map. If we speed it up, again, nothing particularly important. They've got quite a few archers, I should add. But our sturdy defensive shieldmen, the Veil Defenders, stand ready. The quality of their faces leaves a little to be desired, but their shield and their armor is pretty cool, so... There's the Éothéod Wardens behind them, or Éothéod. And our units are now hidden.
Infantry!
Veilsmen.
Infantry!
And Woodmen Warriors. Woodmen Warriors. The cavalry stands ready. Where's our target? Their general. He's here. Oh, they seem to know where where our hidden units are. That's frustrating. You have no choice but to charge then, because they're going to try and find you out. Likewise. Gleowine, they've not bothered with you, so position yourself at the back there. Those snaggers will be annihilated by the Woodman Warriors. They have like a precursor to the Rohirrim shield. I like that. I like that a lot.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Being, of course, great horsemen themselves, the Éothéod. Oh, who have we discovered here? Some archers. I ignore them. Hit those archers. The warriors will easily win out on that side as well. You gentlemen are not being used, so support your brothers. Good charge, Gleowine. Good charge. Goblin infantry pretty much decimated and those archers have been hit. Alright, pull out and take those down. Why aren't you throwing the rest of your javelins? Come on. Good throw. Nice. Kill those while you're over there. Right, what's happened up here? The bodyguards have been surrounded, but those Snagger Stalkers and Goblin Band have hit our hidden unit there. So they've countered our surprise assault, but on the other flank we have totally smashed their surprise, or their attempt to defeat us. He's killing off those archers, but if you could move over there, speed it up a bit, hit those in the back. Anything you can deal with on the way is a bonus. They're hitting their own men with the morale dampener. The javelin men are prepared. Pull over there. This should be an easy
Half
victory.
the enemy force remains.
Now it's time to deal with our support on this side so we can flank the bodyguard. Oh, there's the Mountain Orc Hunters. They're the unit to watch out for. Keep going, keep going. Our defenders they really do have a really high defense stat. They're a very defensive unit, so they can hold nicely in these solid lines, as told by the fact that they've lost hardly any men, to be honest, with the units that have come up against the Mountain Orc Hunters taking the most damage. I deal with the few Snagger who are dotted about. Now their general has punched a hole deep into our lines, and he still has 50 bodyguards with him. We can't really get a solid charge into his back yet, though. We can certainly try. Oh, there's only 36 of them now. 10 more have died. Yeah, there has been no stuttering in this battle at all, has there? So it must have just been the map or the computer or one of those two things combined, but we're all alright now, so. Panic over. Gleowine living up to his name. The dwarves won't be pleased when they learn that we've renamed their holy mountain. If indeed dwarves have holy mountains, but I don't think they really do. I don't think they're particularly religious.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Of course they revere Orle as he is their creator, but
the enemy army flees the... This is
394, that's phenomenal. Gleowine, you are too good at this game, friend. Not myself, of course, I mean Gleowine. Gleowine is the sole reason I think I'm still alive. I'm happy to admit that. He has kept the northern reaches of our land free from the Orc filth. The Orcs lie dead beneath his hooves time and time again.
Victory.
And it is through his greatness and superiority that we remain free in the Vales of the Anduin.
Courage and honor have conquered.
Interestingly, and although I probably would have talked about this in the... Oh, Mount Gleowine wants one of them. Hold that thought. Even though I would have talked about this probably in the Rohan video, when you think this is the Vale of Anduin, they start at Wrakyaburg, they own this whole land. But reading the Unfinished Tales today, as I have, has brought to light the fact that when Eorl comes to aid the men of Gondor and is given Rohan as Rohan, he only lives in this tiny region up here. He literally lives at the very top. They've even receded from Framsburg at the time of Eorl. They literally live essentially in this V section here. It's mental. From the description from the book, anyway. What? What? No, it cannot be. It cannot be. Khazad-dûm have bribed Foradrain from the Orcs of the Misty Mountains.
Yes, my lord.
Concealing the troops.
You
by
jammy
water.
bastards! They don't do anything. They're set to passive. But their attempts of bribery have succeeded, and they've claimed the village of Foradrain. That's really, really annoying, because that means we now either have to go to war to get Foradrain back, or we have to hope that it goes rebel. We would just have to wait and see. I should not be looking around because it's giving me a massive advantage. What are Angmar doing just while we're there? Oh, they've got nothing near us at this time. Oh, let's turn that off before we cheat too much. I can't believe that. I'm astounded. Absolutely astounded. Low tax rate. Gleerwine, let's get some towers up.
My lord.
A prime position to launch a cowardly ambush if need be.
What can you train?
This tower will
bandits?
keep vigil over
on
the
then.
lands. Yes.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
We've reached the Grey Foothills, and we have reached the northern woodland realm. With Torfilin, the Arrow Forest, and Thranduil's realm being the northern, and Torfilin being the southern. Torfilin is an entirely fan-fiction name. I just like the name Arrow Forest, and so I've given it that. Mount Gleerwine has built training facilities. Did I just see? Muster ground, yeah. We need a higher culture here first, though. Can we destroy anything in Wrakyaburg? No. And Framsburg is now safe and free. And we're getting a bit more money. And we've also come across King Dane, who is taking down Dane's Halls with a unit of Stiffbeard, scouts, some Dwarven warriors, and something else. And he's facing off against two massive Misty Mountain army forces. Alright, Gleerwine, I'm going to need you across that river and to that bridge. In fact, that is exactly what we're going to need. Oh, no, because they can come across the river there. Oh, that's disappointing. That's very disappointing and quite irritating, actually. If there were only one way across that river, it would make this a far more interesting engagement, because your alternative then is to head deep into the forest and all the way down to there. So if you can't get across the river, the passes up here are much harder. But then the AI pathfinding will be affected heavily if you edit that sort of stuff. Right, so ignore that. We will continue just doing nothing at Mythelberg and holding here. And hoping that the Orc army does come for us, or they get sandwiched between Rohan and us.
Not a diplomat.
Rohan and us.
Yes. You have a proposition for us? I do not believe I may. Until we meet again.
Why won't you ally with me? I am you. I am your people. Fulkton is also now doing okay, training more troops again. Its population growth is not going to be long until that's a village, which is brilliant. But we can't do anything else, so... Oh, yes we can. Oh, I forgot about the guild. Is anywhere building? I got completely distracted with Khazad-dûm's advancement. Ah, you're building an ancillary training grounds, which you don't really need. I'd rather have a guild there. Now you can build your training grounds if you wish it. Alright, end the turn. Let's see what happens now. Dane's Halls is all the goblins have now in the north of the Misty Mountains. They've got Dol Bryn in the northern reaches of Rudauer, but they have nothing else. They must rely on support and allegiance from their kin, the men of Angmar, who, by the looks of it, are assaulting Fenestrinen, or somebody is. Duinberg built its muster ground. That's our upkeep situation. Four free units of upgrade we can get here. I'll take some defenders. Huntmaster of Beorn is of course currently free upkeep. Right, I've written forts down, but let's do a little forts section. I think the Anduin needs more forts. In fact, I think the whole map could do with more forts, so I might do a little session of just finding locations to drop forts in. Because I think they're really, strategically, they're really quite useful and advantageous. They're also pretty cool. There are two models that a fort can take: the Wildman model, which is seen in the Enedwaith campaign, and then just the other type, which is from the original base game.
Yes, my lord.
I don't think there's an
With
elven or a
honor,
dwarven fort model.
Concealing the troops by your order.
Evident by the
This
fact that that
tower will
fort
keep vigil
does look
over
like
the
a base
lands.
game fort.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
Your orders, my lord.
Oh, Rohan did fight the Misty Mountains. Or the Misty Mountains fought Rohan. No, it always says the name of the aggressor first. If we build the ancillary, can we then train the archers? We should be able to, shouldn't we? Woodman trackers, yes we can. Woodman trackers who have done formidably well in this campaign. Once Mythelberg can build those and retrain those, we'll head south, we'll link up with Folkton and we'll take Zagkala, and then we will just do our best against the army that will then inevitably come from the Misty Mountains. I'm also kind of hoping that that goes rebel. I'm not kind of hoping, I'm really hoping that that goes rebel. Because if it does, we can swoop in and take it. Oh, we can get Vale Outriders and Anduin Herders from here. But our money is pretty low to the ground. We should focus on economy at the moment. So we'll assess it each turn at a time, but I will end the 13th episode there. So, Wrakyaburg falls, and we progress. The Orcs of the Misty Mountains are essentially beaten by now, turn 45, with the help of Rohan and Khazad-dûm, by the looks of it. Which means, actually, now that they're down to Dol Bryn, Danes Halls, Zagkala, Anon Enorod. If they lose one more settlement, their respawning army will spawn. Their supporting army will spawn. So we have to be on our lookout. But for now, that will end this one. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or head over to Total War Center. And for now, dear friends, that will end this one. So Navar Naden Penimad Melunin, and farewell.